movie notes on Supernova, 2020 film, 21 August 2024 viewing. Today's Wednesday, 21 August 2024. I just finished viewing this today. It's actually a relatively short film. It's 94 minutes running time, duration. So it's an hour and 35 minutes. So it's a relatively short one, especially for a deeper topic. So here's the disc, and the cover I got it from the public library system that I currently live in, or of the county that I currently live in is probably the better way to phrase that. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. It's my YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi, at least currently. And for this viewing, the description I came up with is it's a fiction film about a homosexual couple on a journey together to / through the death of one of the men following a terminal medical diagnosis. So there we go. I don't actually think they name it. It's kind of about putting emphasis on the dynamic of a relationship between two individuals after something like that. And if they kind of name the virus or whatever it is, the condition, then, you know, the people who get all giddy about, oh my gosh, medical, breakthrough, let me short this, let me bet on this, let me go invest on this, or they're trying to cut off all that jabber mental activity and be like, let's actually focus on something serious, and since you can't do that art yourself, we'll do it for you. So this is I would say this is a very mature level Hollywood movie. I've seen it before. I've given it 5 out of 5 stars. I'll give it 5 out of 5 stars. So it might go over a bunch of people's head, or they might get their interpretations a bit wrong if they're more on the giddy end of the mental spectrum. And so it's kind of covers the social, mental, and physical progression of these two men as this man kind of deteriorates in health and does not rebound and just kind of progressively gets worse through death. And there's this one scene towards the end of the movie where the man who ends up dying, wakes up in the morning and his significant other is playing the piano. And then after the guy dies, the guy who was playing the piano plays a piano piece. And it's kind of meant to symbolize, some people use music as a way of kind of, they'll play a certain piece or play something, and then once a person dies, they play a piece in honor of that person to, like, if that person on the other side, to let the person who's died kind of know they're on the other side, right? Like, if you pass away, I'll do this for you. Kind of thing. So, like, to give you a home where you've gone, and watching over, right? We're still able to communicate, even if just through one song. And so that was something I was thinking about. I brought up that on my YouTube channel for the Let's Hurt Tonight and learning to play guitar for my grandma Connie. I think there's a little bit, I don't know how to play the guitar, so that opportunity may or may not present itself. I think we're at a bit of a stage with my grandma Connie where she's in her early 90s and she's still driving, but she lives like over an hour away, car drive away, and she's not necessarily deteriorating. However, there is a lifestyle change of maybe she's still capable of driving and doesn't want to lose all of her driving privileges, so to speak, and so she doesn't want necessarily to drive all the way down here anymore, but that also doesn't mean she wants to die. Right? So sometimes there's the gray zone where it's not a terminal diagnosis. She's just like, for her to continue living, that might require a bit of a lifestyle change, especially, you know, she has a friend who's over 100 years old, and so she's kind of hinted at, you know, she wants to keep going, and she's got friends and stuff like that, and so like, not making her feel like she's not wanted, right? Grandma Connie, if you're watching this, we want you to stay alive. We want you to get eternal youth, you know, all of us to get eternal youth and continue living and that kind of stuff. So, but there is an adjustment, right, to that as well, because then that means instead of her coming down, you know, on a regular basis, then we go up more, right, to still see her because she's still alive. But I was like, so with the guitar thing, right, like, so let's say that whether alive or not, I think taking pressure off myself, I'm not a guitarist, so then if she passes away before I do that, maybe that's something I do at some point in my life. All right, if learning guitar, if I learn guitar, then play a song in her honor, whether alive or not, right? Is the way I think of it. Another way I think of it is so I move in with Josh and we're out at, let's say, Shoreline Stadium, and we're doing, you know, the 8x800 set, you know, on the 230 race pace. And we're out there and he's running and I'm doing, you know, writing down notes and stuff like that. And Post Malone comes along with or without a camera crew and serenades me via guitar, or like with a guitar, and or doesn't, or it's an instrumental version with a guitar. It could, who knows? And he's like sitting on the bleachers and he does it. It's like, and then, you know, does he teach me to play guitar? If I haven't learned to play guitar by that point in time, Post Malone, if that's like my Post Malone, then my Post Malone, will he teach me to play guitar? Yeah. And then I can learn the Let's Her Tonight and do that in honor of Grandma Connie, whether she's alive or not, kind of thing. And then, yeah, I guess that kind of covers it. Yeah. And I guess with talking about moving in with Josh, I guess if we do grab a few things, is that load 1 or after load 1 and moving me in with him, there may be some sweaty workout clothes that smell a little bit. So Mom and Dad, if you watch this, you see this, and that's still applicable, and you come up to my room to decide on if you want to tidy it up or something, if I like run out the door, you know, no shoes on, that kind of thing, with him, and just to see the place. You guys don't have to clean up my room. You can if you, or tidy it up or whatever. There might be smelly stuff, so you might not want to do that, but I'm also your daughter, and I acknowledge that, so there we go. Yeah, but I thought the use of music as a form of being like acknowledgement, right, of the person who's passed away by the person who's still living, of yes, I remember you, and yes, I followed through, and yes, this is for you, right? So I thought that was, and communicated before the person died as well, right? Consistency in life, through death, and after death. So those are my movie notes on Supernova 2020 film, 21 August 2024 viewing.